I am not available in the reverse. So see what's going on there. I feel like you're telling somebody that you're not available, but you really are available. Yep. Lovers. So some of you are not looking for a serious relationship, and you are trying to just maybe do your own thing. And somebody could be, it seems like they're trying to maybe get you to settle down for some of you guys. Somebody could be asking you to be their girlfriend or their boyfriend. And you're like, actually, maybe you're even wanting somebody. Let's see, let's confirm if this is you or them. Two of Swords in the reverse. I feel like you just don't want to be in a relationship at this time. Nothing's really bothering you, I can see. And I just feel like finally, for the first time in a long time, you are feeling positive and healthy and just doing your own thing. Seven of Cups, yeah. Somebody's looking in at you and they really, really, really want you. Like, no joke. Like, bad. You may not realize this. I don't know. I'm picking up a heavy energy that honestly you have no fucking clue for some of you. And I just feel like you're just kind of doing your own shit. And you got a lot of people honestly in your energy right now that want to settle down with you. So whatever it is that you guys got going on, you're just like, you're very attractive doing it. I do see the King of Cups here trying to poke out in the box, but we haven't pulled it yet. But I feel like that would resonate for some of you guys right now with you just not wanting to be in a serious relationship. You just want to honestly enjoy yourself, and I don't think you're thinking too much about it. You're just actually just enjoying yourself for some of you guys, and this has been something that you haven't done. A lot of you've been in really long-term relationships. It says it's safe to let go, and you're surrounded by love. Yeah, I do. I think that you've accepted everything, and you've had opportunity to even take these people back if you wanted to, if that was something that you're interested in. I don't think that it is. I think that you've found a lot of joy in being single. You have the Seven of Cups here too. That's interesting. So do you have two Seven of Cups? Two Seven of Cups, huh? So this is somebody peering it. Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. I feel like then another Seven of Cups is another set of energies. I'll confirm it. But like a lot of people want you right now is what I feel like. With the Seven of Cups twice, that's people looking in at shit that they want that they can't have. Yeah, the world. A lot of people see you as literally like the perfect mate. And they cannot seem to get you off of their mind. A lot of them are actually like, because the temptation cards out here, so a lot of them are actually like pleasuring themselves to the thought of you. So right now, use your discernment when it comes to everything, when it comes to relationships, because you may get hit on and you may take an opportunity. And if you were to take these opportunities and it didn't go to the direction that you were hoping, which is career savvy, you could pretty much have worked all of this time and then just get caught up in another relationship. You have the Magician here, so right now you can make anything happen. Anything that you want will happen. You have a lot of growth. You have a lot of positivity. Anybody that steps into your life now, more than likely, is just going to be something new, interesting, and exciting. There's so many positive cards here, dude. This is just great. I mean, that one is your eternal self. You have so much like divine energy here. It's not even talking about love. It's not talking about career. It's literally talking about somebody who has just like the most beautiful and amazing personality, energy. Like everybody in this read that wants you just wants you like truly for who you are. So that's really a great thing. You're very intelligent. You're very pure. You're very authentic. You're very unique, and people are very attracted to that. The sun again, dude. You just bring a lot of joy and happiness into people's lives. They're very grateful for you. They actually look forward to anything that they do that spends time with you. If you guys make any memories or spend any time together, like they think about it for a long period of time afterwards. This doesn't matter who it is. Anyone in your life, you leave thinking for a while, just about everything that you do. And you stimulate people in a way that they're not usually stimulated. So, yeah, beauty. I think you're very, very beautiful. They just love it. And the ones that don't think, like, if they don't say that you're beautiful, they do too. That's why people are jealous of you. That's why people want to be with you. And it's just true, pure beauty. So it's really a beautiful thing what you're exhibiting here. Feel and release in the reverse. Some of you have not actually been in a relationship for a long time, and it is time to start loving again. Yeah, manifestation in the reverse. It's not something that you've been focusing on. I didn't feel like you were in the beginning of the read. I feel like you're just kind of minding your own business and doing your own thing, um, and people are actually just gravitating towards you. You are naturally manifesting love into your life, so that's what it is actually we're supposed to do is be authentic and synchronicity, and then between the two of them, you'll have success in that area. So that's something that you're finally doing for the first time. In the past, you were somebody that looked for love just like everybody else, and it's just not something that you do anymore. You're confident now that um, you just understand. Like you're not even about being confident. You just straight up understand that you needed to focus on yourself. You needed to improve things within yourself. You needed to work on yourself in general, and like you ended up getting in the swing of it and really just enjoying that. And that's why you've just been enjoying being single for a lot of you. You're very resilient. You've been walking this path, honestly, like proudly and confidently for a while now. At first, it was hard for you, to be alone, and you were maybe hurt, you were maybe bothered by it, you were confused, but you're a knowledgeable person, and you've taken the time that you needed to educate yourself and figure out what the actual reasons were for people's behaviors, actions, setbacks, and you realize that, what, it wasn't even anything you could have done anything about. Everybody was actually a momentary and temporary thing, and that's like really the growth that you're having in a lot of areas is that if anything, you're just being accountable for the fact that you wasted a lot of time actually trying to control anything in your life. And you're really grateful for the lessons that you've learned. You understand that by trying to control things in your life, you were preventing yourself from being able to enjoy it. So you've actually just like gained a lot out of this entire experience. You look forward to the new chapters ahead. And you just know that for anybody that comes in your life in the future, you're going to respect and take great care of. And it's going to be a lot different for a lot of you. But do know that even if it's like been a lot of time and you've changed quite a bit, I'm picking up a very heavy energy that some of you guys could fall back into like old patterns, old behaviors pretty quickly on, if not instantly on, when you start a new relationship. So, before you try to get too serious with these people, go on at least enough dates that you do things that maybe you will end up having to do as a couple. I'll give you an example. I have been single and not letting anybody live here for like 4 years. And I've been very independent and just doing all my own shit and blah, blah, blah. And literally, dude, the minute that my car breaks down a while back, somebody asked to help. First of all, they robbed me, so don't trust anybody. But literally, dude, just because they were there with me, I started kind of getting whiny. And I do that within myself. Like, so I haven't actually asked anybody to help me for a long time, for a few years. And I was not expecting myself to get whiny, but basically, yeah, the minute that there was a male presence around, I started to use like a whiny voice. And I changed my behavior pretty quickly, and that's not how I've been acting for a long time. So those are just characteristics that you might want to watch for, that creep up the minute that somebody else is back around. I realized that I didn't want to feel like that, behave like that, or act like that personally. I realized that the minute their presence was there, I started to actually feel like I was more feminine than masculine. And I didn't care for that personally, just because I felt as though it was not necessary, and it was instantly actually like it started because there was literally just some other dude there. And so just watch for those things because if you're not completely like aware of how your behavior is, you might end up slipping back into old shit. You know what I mean? Even though you've worked really fucking hard, it's like you've done all the different things, you've done all the changes, you've done everything that you need to do. But maybe one thing that we don't really recognize is like it's crazy. We'll have to actually do a class on that. But it's like it seems like no matter what, like you can do all these different things, and that's like the main thing that we didn't do in the first part. But now we got to figure out how to not return instantly back to our old ways the minute like we get upset. So it's probably literally an anger and management that we need to learn because that's what was causing me to be upset that night. So definitely work on anger management for some of you guys. That could be a thing that maybe came up in the past for some of your guys' relationships that you were just maybe a little bit of an asshole like I am. I have very sharp tongue and stern words, and I've been told a lot of times by a lot of different people, that my words can kind of cut deep. So just make sure that everything that you want to not, make the mistake of in the future with another lover is actually completely out of the picture. And you'll have to challenge yourself for a few things. So when people are like, oh, do you want to be my boyfriend or you want to be my girlfriend? You're like, yeah, of course I do. Because that's what you would usually say. But then like 2 days later, you're thinking, oh my gosh, like what the fuck am I doing? Realistically, I got to do this and I got to do this and I got to do this. So that could have been where maybe some of you guys got caught up in this temptation and then I'm not available in the reverse because you are technically available. It's that you don't want this person actually as your forever person. If you're not choosing them as your forever now, you just probably don't want them at all. And you're just boning them. So don't be doing that shit or you're going to get in trouble. Because this person wants you. They're actually into you. One of them is at least. Everything is going to be okay. When I was just upstairs making this coffee, I felt like some of you guys might be struggling a little bit with making your house payment, your mortgage payment. This is just for mortgage, but if you are behind on your mortgage and you've never looked into assistance on it yet, by law, anyone who's affected with COVID gets like a whole different like section of rights, and you get, you'd be surprised. I don't know if you guys are first time home buyers or not, but I know I was in 17, and me and Zeke broke up 5 days after I got the place, so it's pretty freaking horrific, honestly, for me. But I knew that no matter what, I wasn't gonna just lose it. Worked really hard to get where we were, so I did a lot of different things to keep the place from working in Alaska out on the Bering Sea as a fisherman, all the way to just like, dude, I've been praying for a while now. But I know that you guys don't have all the resources like that we have over here in Spokane, but no matter what, call your mortgage company and chat with them And when they ask you why you got behind, just simply say, I had COVID. And by law, they're going to say, oh, okay. And they're going to fucking give you, I think it's like, dude, I want to say it's 3 to 6 month period. You get something, I don't remember what the name of it's called, but they'll say, there's options available if you can't pay. And I always say, oh, it's fine, I'll figure it out because I've got pride. And for like 3 fucking years, I was like, oh, it's fine, I don't need it. Bro, take the fucking help, because what it does is it actually keeps you from getting any negative reportings on your credit score, for one. You don't get any of your late payments flagged for like 6 months. Dude, it gives you a 6-month period where you have the ability to actually pay your fucking mortgage in whatever amount portion that you can, which is not something you can usually do. You usually have to pay the full payment. So this plan of action gives you like it's like 3 to 6 months, and you can even extend it over and over. It's crazy. They just literally set it up for you right over the phone, and they're like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And you're sitting there and you're just like, what the fuck is even happening right now? You're like, in your head, you're like, oh my gosh, is this going to be like some JCPenney fucking sign up for a fucking credit card shit? It's not. It's literally 2 seconds fucking flat. I couldn't believe it. They were like, yeah, if you have any questions, just let us know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck, bro? And literally it works every time. So, what it does is it literally takes whatever debt you have that you haven't paid for like the last few months. And I'll tell you another thing, if you guys don't know, for those of you who are homeowners for the first time, you can actually be technically to be honest, you could be 4 months late on your payment. I don't want to tell you that, but no, I want to tell you that, but I don't want to tell you guys the maximum of 4, but it is true. You want to definitely not get that far out, because it's very difficult for you guys to like decrease the amount, of debt that you have, before it's too late. But yeah, you get your notices in the mail and shit saying, blah, 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 you better pay or you're going to get your foreclosure. And so you're freaking the fuck out. But you do get 4 months actually before they can legally foreclose on you. So definitely look into those things if that's something that you are struggling with. If it's rent, I mean, obviously renters have their rights and shit, but I'm not going to recommend anyone who's on a renting agreement to fuck anybody over, because there's literally pretty much nowhere to live right now. So it's going to be really hard for anybody who fucks somebody over, honestly, to get a place after it's all done. You might not have to pay, but for rent these days, it's a lot of money. And you have to pass a background check. You have to pass your credit check. You got to pass your landlord rental history check, and you have to pass fucking like you got to pay your fucking first, last, and deposit. It's a lot, you guys. It's very hard to pass any of those things, for a lot of people. Some people can't even pass like 1 or 2 of those things. So you're very blessed if you can. And even the ones that are blessed and can, they're paying large amounts of money to live anywhere these days. My mortgage here is like under 1,600. It's like 15 something, pretty much 1,550. So that's cheaper than most of you guys' apartments out there right now. So if you haven't bought a house yet, just know that it's actually really easy. It's not even that hard. If you are just on minimum wage, you can literally, with having the same job for a year and being on minimum wage, you can qualify for up to $250,000 with like a 650 credit score. So if you guys don't know these things, just definitely all you need to do is literally just go on to the internet and you just start scrolling and looking for houses, and the real estate agent and the banker will actually run everything for you right off top. If you don't want all that to happen, you just want to know, where do I stand? You need to download the Experian app, and the Experian app is really, really, really convenient forever and ever and ever, because it just shows you all of the debts that you have and in what order you need to pay them before they're going to actually get charged another fucking like late fee or, creditor fee, so on fee. And if you want to actually qualify for any loans, you will have to have paid all of your debt off that's on those records. So do keep a good fucking account, with life. it's not worth it. It's very tricky for you to get out of these situations. So some of you guys might be in financial situations is what I feel like is coming up here today. And I totally get it. I've been there too. My mom was pretty good about teaching me how to be smart with my credit, fortunately. But that didn't mean that I did everything that she said. If you guys don't know much about what goes on to your credit history, like fines from the courts, those don't. They don't run on your credit. Like, they're not going to come and knock your credit score down for any of that. What can go on your credit history is like credit cards, your Sprint bills, like any of your Verizon bills will go on there. Any of your Xfinity, like if you have internet bills that are due, medical bills. I'd have to confirm. I'm pretty sure that they probably do. But basically anything that's not government will roll off of your history after 7 years. So if you're close to 7 years and you have 7-year-old or close to it debt, don't worry about those ones. Just focus on the ones that are more fresh and new. Over the next couple of years, get those ones paid off. And then if by chance, you're ready to buy a car or house and you still have something from the past that you want to pay off just to like make sure that you can speed up the process, then do that. Otherwise, I would definitely just wait till those 7 years pass. After 7 years, they cannot come for you anymore. Government shit will always be forever. Student loans, they'll be forever. Fines, they'll be forever. You are going to have to pay your shit, but they're not going to, your fines are not going to stop you from being able to buy a house. If you guys do get your car impounded or towed anymore, they do require by law now for you to pay the fucking impound bill or they'll take your damn license away. So just so you know that, you might not want to let people drive your fucking vehicles because that's what happened to me. I let my brother drive it and he fucking totaled it. And then everybody just left it where it was. And I'm going to have to pay probably about $3,000 bill. I don't even know exactly how I'm going to go about this. It's fucking bullshit. But yeah, I've had friends that have done that. And literally, dude, they were driving their other friend's car, fucking wrecked it. And the other friend apparently still doesn't even have their license. And the other person does. What a bitch. They probably were like, well, I'll pay my shit off. You have to pay your own shit off. You know what I mean? What a bitch, dude. That's such a bitch move. But it is what it is. Just be aware of those things. I had a 711 credit score from just paying my student loans on time. Apparently, the student loans, just so you know, it's a heads up, you guys. If you guys owe any student debt, I don't really know how this even fucking happened, but literally they have access to my fucking bank. And I'm probably going to have to go in there and check it out just because I want to make sure it's even them. But bro, they just pulled it right out of my bank. And I've never had that happen before. I don't care if they do, but I am a little bit worried about it because when the fuck does somebody just go into your fucking bank and pull it? That's crazy. I guess that they can, but to be honest, they literally made it to where nobody had to pay during COVID. So I'm like, if you literally just went in my bank for the first time, and I've been literally a licensed professional for like 13 years. So I've never once had anybody actually go into my bank and just pull money. I'm a little bit worried actually if that was even them. The only thing that I can think of, honestly, that would have even done that, which I don't even remember literally ever filling this out or even giving this information, would have been, when they did the student forgiveness program loan thing, and maybe possibly, you would have put some information in there. Maybe they run it. I don't know how it works. You have release here. You're just getting to this point where you are releasing the last few bits of anything and everything that you guys have left to take care of in your life. And if you don't release it, you're not going to move forward on this chapter because you don't get to come into your next chapter with baggage. When you think of yourself entering this next chapter, I want you to just think of yourself as a solo. So it's not saying that you're going to have to leave everybody behind or that they're not going to be a part of your life anymore. But I want you to, as you think through the people that might still be in your life, if they were to approach you in your new chapter, how would that be for you? Would you be sitting there thinking, let's just say if in your new chapter you had to relocate anywhere instantly, would that be possible? I absolutely feel like relocation will be in the future. To be able to just up and relocate is something that is a rare ability. You have to be mentally able to release shit, and you have to be willing to do that. You have to have a leap of faith kind of attitude, and you have to be willing to leave everyone behind, and you choose yourself. It's just like how anybody would have to do, which is a very hard thing to do. But like the Mormons, those girls and guys do it. They fucking leave their people for 18 freaking months, and go on their missions. And it's just like literally that's how it'll be for you. And basically, it's going to be either this time or no time that you're going to do this. This is your time to do whatever it is that you're going to do. You're already aware of this. Some of you guys have been dead ass fucking dedicated, focused on all the shit for a while. And so you're well aware that you're this close to fucking accomplishing your goals. Some of you might even be feeling like you're going to fucking stop working towards your goals just because maybe you feel like it's just been a really long process for you and you're just like, don't feel like maybe it's coming. It is coming. It is coming. Like every time that you start to get lazy and you start to feel like this shit's fucking getting old, I'm getting bored, it's right around the corner, is the same. Is the same. Can't find what I'm looking for, but who knows? Who knows exactly if that's true or not? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. I don't fucking know if that's true. If it's right around the corner or not. That's what they say. I think maybe, I don't know. It kind of seems like a motivational speech to me, if you ask me. But the only reason I just say that's what they say is because I've never actually confirmed things to be just right around the corner after dreading it or, my feet dragging for a while before that. I guess maybe I didn't drag my feet for too long prior, or maybe I don't look at it like it's just right around the corner. Maybe I just have this humbled and optimistic, mindset about it. I'm not really sure, but just, as long as you're doing things, honestly, at the end of the day for you, that's what just makes me get through every day, is just knowing that every day is pretty much, it goes by very quickly, but we do pretty much things for other people all day long. We pay our bills, we give our money away, we go to work, we sit there and fucking serve customers, we sit there and serve our family members. We do very little for ourselves, so that's why you're being taken away from this group of people at this time, because you've never actually invested time into yourself. You don't have balance when it comes to like yourself and the love you have for yourself. You are exhausting yourself, and honestly, you're also bored with the people around you. And another reason why you're being taken from these people, honestly, because the people in your life that you help should be doing shit by themselves. And you are basically just like, you're codependent on helping these people. And these people, they're just taking advantage of you for whoever you are. And they know that they're doing that. And God knows that they're doing that. Your body can tell they're doing that. I don't know if your mind knows that they're doing that or not. But your body is exhausted for some of you guys. And that's what is trying to actually get a break in this chapter. Is the last few months need to be actually you just relaxing a little bit. You have already understood everything that you need to understand in this chapter. Now it's about relaxing and release. It's going to be about you learning how to do that too. You guys don't know how to relax, probably. I don't either. It's time to get back to learning how to do all that shit. Laying on the couch and cuddling and just watching a movie and shit, the whole movie and nothing but the movie. Cuddling, kissing, trying to figure out, what quality time, you don't actually use very often. It's probably, or what love language you don't use very often. It's probably quality time is what I was going to say. So for some of you guys, maybe you do too much quality time. Maybe you always want to do quality time. It's usually one or the other. You got pretty much opposites when it comes to that shit. People that are all about quality time want to have long face-to-face conversations, and the ones that are not about quality time, they pretty much do acts of service for their love language, and they would like some positive affirmations, or maybe they're gift buyers, things like that. So trying to like actually, since you guys have already overcome, honestly, just understanding that there's two different types of people in the group, the B type and the A type. A type is alpha, B type is more fucking submissive and thinks things through, and alpha is just more dominant and fucking comes in and takes over everything and everything anywhere. So between the two of those different personality types, it's been very frustrating for a lot of people and throughout their life. Dealing with people that they didn't understand, what the difference was about. Dealing with people that they felt like were maybe arguing with them all the time and, just starting fights with them for no reason. But some of those people were not. And so you're actually learning just how to decipher these things. You're releasing everything that you don't need anymore that's mental and emotional. For physical, you are relaxing. You're already good at being physical. One thing you're not doing that's physical is making passionate love to people right now. I think that you withhold yourself a lot. And that's where you need to start learning how to be more physical. For whoever you are in this read, your goal this year is going to be to try to be vulnerable and open back up to true love again. You do have temptation in this card. You have the King of Cups in the reverse. You're somebody that we already established in the read was just kind of playing around, fucking people and doing their own thing for a while. But none of these things are stimulating you anymore. And the only thing that I think will stimulate you, honestly, is like your excitement for a lover. I said that earlier in another read too. I'm not sure if it was on this one or on Facebook, but it came up again earlier this morning that somebody does, like, they're so intelligent that literally the only cure for your boredom is the stimulation of true love. So that sounds like you, if you're bored and you fucking haven't felt like anything in your life honestly brings you any joy or stimulation, then that would just be for you. I feel the same. And I wonder too, I've been wondering myself, I'm like thinking, okay, well, if you do true love, then what does that mean for your channel? I don't know. I don't know how it'll go. You're not going to know how it'll go either, So you're just going to have to ask yourself, what matters more to you? True love or your career? Some of you guys are like at this point where literally this eyeshadow looks super pretty. I love it. I'm getting like good at eyeshadow. Some of you guys are like literally right at the point where you feel like your career could take off. And I feel literally like I've been feeling like this for months. I feel like for some of us, love literally could possibly be the choice. And like, it's frustrating a little bit to think of that because I'm a big career person. So when that came over me, I thought, for one, it's a necessary thing for me to focus on love. Like, I do better in love if I'm with the right person. If I'm with a toxic person, obviously that shit needed to end just like yours fucking long ago. But when I'm in love, I'm just very dedicated to family shit, and I cook and I clean more, and I already do that here now, but sometimes my cooking or my cleaning and my working can extend itself for quite a few extra hours. When I'm in love, it doesn't do that because my man's usually like, babe, let's go to bed or whatever the fuck, babe, let's get dinner done, or, and it's like a woman pretty much works, cleans, does the household stuff, and then also takes care of her man. So I didn't really ever see that as an issue, and I don't even right now saying it. But what I did realize was that was pretty much what I was doing every day after they were not here. And I started to be able to come home after work like I do right here in the mornings and after work, and I had time with you guys, time with myself. I started doing different things and filled my time with new hobbies, and I like them. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, more sometimes than being in a relationship. I don't choose to be in a relationship this time around, which is another thing that came up at the beginning of the read. was you guys need to make sure that whatever relationship that you get into is something that you really want. Like, why are you making that decision to get in this relationship? So even for me, it's not the best reason. I would make this decision to get in this relationship because it's healthier for me. That is not true love reasons. So me wanting to be healthier, that's a great start. That's motivation, but I have to do that for myself. I have to go to bed for myself and all that shit for myself. So you guys are going to have to do that too. So I realized that already pretty much instantly. I've done it almost every time I've tried to be serious since I've not been serious. I'll like not be serious. One thing I do that's a mistake is right when fucking, if like pretty much anybody that I don't want to date, I say no. But something I've noticed is like, there's a couple people that maybe I do want to date and I don't even hesitate. They'll be like, oh, are we going out now? And I'm like, yeah, you already know. And literally, dude, less than 24 hours later, I realized I did not think that through at all. And I think things like in my head, I'm like, bro, just break up with them now then, because you don't want to wait too long, shit like that. No, you just need to get better. You need to actually be aware of why the fuck we're answering so quickly, what it is that we need to adjust. We need to be honest with people. If you do make that mistake and you're like, yeah, let's fucking date, you should fucking hit them up immediately if you have second thoughts. You should be telling them literally that minute that you think it, after literally finishing your thought, you need to fucking think of the next way that you're going to express what the fuck you just thought. Because you do get karma in those moments when you and God in the universe have a realization that, holy shit, it's not you that has these realizations. It's you and the universe and you and your higher power. So when they send you those messages and you're like, oh my gosh, I did do that, I can't believe it, you're actually having a conversation with your higher power. So if you're just like, oh, well, that sucks for them, and you just move on with your life, you're literally telling that to your higher power. You're telling your higher power sucks for them, shitty for them. So what do you think is going to literally happen to you over that? You don't get in trouble if when you and the divine have a conversation and they're like, bro, look at this. You might have made a mistake here. And when the divine actually comes to you and brings things to your attention, you're important. The problem at hand is very important. Because we see people come and go from Earth all the time. We see people die. We see our friends overdose. We've been at the same parties using the same shit sometimes. But they are the ones that got taken, not you. You need to think about that. God, I don't know if God goes to everybody that dies, but I know that he saves me all the fucking time, bro. I am a reckless liver. And God is always with me in my good name every fucking day. I'm just really grateful that he sees me important enough to keep alive. And so if you are alive, I hope that you take that very seriously and you understand that when God's removing shit from your life, that's a force field right there. That's a force field that you should be very fucking aware of, and very grateful for and just thinking deeply about, because that's like a parent that comes in for a child and you just know those kind of parents. They're going to fucking find you, and they do. They find you every time, anywhere you are, with whoever the fuck you're with. Do they not? Good parents do. That's how I'm feeling when I think of God coming in like that force that he feels like he does when he's coming for you or me in these moments right here. It does feel like that to me. It feels like the way my mom feels when she comes for me, or anybody else. When a good mom does anything crazy, they come for you, dude, and you're scared shitless. I don't feel afraid of God. I feel honored to think that for whatever reason, God removes all that shit out of my fucking life. He understands that, I am not doing what I need to do. And that's what a tower moment is. That's what the dark night of the soul is for some of you guys. You've learned that. You're accountable, and you're just like, damn. I was blessed, honestly, at the end of the day to have that happen. You're like, I can't believe that, honestly, you thought that I was fucking that important or that special or like whatever the fuck, you thought about me. You might be feeling like that too. And maybe he doesn't even think about it, maybe it's all an illusion in our head, but you got to come up with always ways that honestly, like, you can find positivity in the negativity. Life is very difficult. It's not going to get chiller. It's not going to get easier. That's not what's going to happen. So a lot of people, I hear them all the time, they're like, oh, is life going to get better? Is life going to fucking, no, it really doesn't that I've seen so far. So, and I'm the manager and the direct assistant to many millionaire CEOs. That's what I do for a living. So I work for business owners and I get to know them personally. I go to their house. I fucking literally am their assistant. So I get to see all their personalities, and honestly, all of them are fucking miserable and single and lonely and addicts just like us, bro. Literally, they're just like us. They're either one or the other. But no matter who it is, they all got their addictions. They all got their fucking, shit they do. And all of us, at the end of the day, I found, dude, we're all lonely and single. Even if we, like, have boyfriends or girlfriends, it's like very few people, which I do see some, but very few enjoy their life truly. So that's what you're taking a look at, and you're just like, just feeling everything out, just like write it down. What brings me joy? What brings me sadness? That's it. Just separate it one or the other. Um, I could do it too. I wasn't planning on it, but I like to do these things with you guys because I never know what we're going to say when we do these classes. And what I do know is that all things inside of us have to get sorted out before we can actually move forward. We cannot elevate into a higher chapter because if we are polluted with old ass fucking negative energy and unsolved mystery problems, fucking literally, dude, we would be gaining access to, like, an entry to a portal into a higher and elevated chapter. And then you got to think realistically, there's people in that chapter. Those people have been where we've been. So if we are not healed, we could enter into a new chapter and trigger somebody from the chapter forward. You know what I mean? What if we bring somebody down in energy? We could really harm people. And I wasn't thinking even that when I thought it. I just was, that's where you just hear people speak too, and you want to hear what they say. That was really selfless and beautiful to think we can't move forward because it could actually trigger a person who's already been where the fuck we are. And that is the truth. That is the truth. So we have to be very caring and loving and considerate of other people all around us at all times, whether they're below you or above you, because life is life. And when you start to just stop comparing yourself and saying, oh, well, they're on drugs and I don't do drugs, I'm an alcoholic, or I don't use alcohol, I gamble. It's like, it doesn't matter what the fuck anybody's doing, bro. A nice and kind, like somebody who's a person of God would never compare or judge or separate. There is not division when it comes to God's people. He doesn't even do states and countries. So this whole division shit, it doesn't matter. Pay attention to people who divide. Pay attention to people who judge, who decide what things are this or that label and level. And those type of people are very angry and they're very bitter and they judge themselves and they speak out loud. And it's honestly, I think it's crazy how they're honestly like the most powerful thing in the world when it comes to power over us. A lot of times is the person in our life who speaks bullyish words. So whether that's your man or your woman or your family or your friends, somebody may be picking on you and, they're not going to stop. I've never seen anybody really stop. When it comes to your family, you're going to probably just hear about it. But I'm sure with anybody else that's ever hated on you, they probably speak about you just as much, to be honest. I've been up here in Spokane for 14 years. I remember at 10 years, I was still hearing from my hometown talking shit. I only see them a couple times a year, if that. And when I do, I spend a few $1,000s and rent some hotel rooms teach the kids how to drive, take them to the lake, paddleboarding, ocean, Silverwood. I mean, you name it, I'll do it. So it's a pretty joyous time as far as I'm concerned. Seems like everybody's happy while I'm there, you know. But when I leave, you know, it's like pretty negative stuff that I hear coming out of their mouth, you know. And if that's something that you deal with, it's not gonna. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you and say things are gonna fucking honestly get better. Unfortunately, I've never seen one of those type of people get better. So we'll just have to work through it together as a team and be here for each other. And we're not here to replace anybody, but we are going to be here for each other now. And many of us have a love language of buying gifts and spoiling our loved ones. And I do believe that for those of you who are looking for love, you've been wanting somebody who's just passionate about life, and you might be a goal setter yourself. And you've been wanting a goal setter as a partner, and that's something that you're going to find here in this group. So I've been saying for a while now, for those of you who are looking for love, that more than likely it'll be in the Villain Bloods. So we're the Villain Bloods, and I just call us the Villain Bloods because honestly, we pretty much we're just the outcasts, and we are looked at, you know, in whatever ways that everybody else says that, blah blah blah. But I just like the name because I don't know. I went from being a straight A student, to be honest, to a fucking straight convict who ran away in a red Astra van out of nowhere. No, I wasn't expecting it. So I was humbled and I changed my life. I went from studying law to education, and I ended up loving the shit out of all the people that I used to judge the crap out of. And I just have spent my life ever since trying to help them find resources and get better and, you know, find self-love and learn the things that I was taught. And so I'm just really proud of anybody out there who's putting in the work and doing the best that you can do. I know how hard it is personally. I know it is so fucking hard. And I still do it alone today. And I did do everything that everybody asked me to do and more. Those people, you know, unfortunately, they're doing worse probably than they were when I left. And they haven't done anything more than what they've ever done before. And they're doing worse than when they, you know, so that's probably how a lot of your people are doing, unfortunately. And hopefully you are saying unfortunately. The last thing you ever wanted, honestly, was for any of these people to not be successful and have everything wonderful in life that they deserved. But those people, you have to understand, may not want those things. Somebody brought that to my attention. They said, literally, they don't maybe want what the fuck you're trying to give them. And so when you bring something nice to somebody, sometimes maybe some of you bring something nice to somebody, and literally they might like say, oh, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Do you know those people that will like diss whatever you bring? What is that? You know what I mean? Like, and you know it's crime. Rib bitch the fuck out of your stupid ass. And they're over there with their chuck round steak, you know, shit like that. And they have to come over and just like, what is that? You know what I mean? And they actually insult your shit. Or if you're in a room full of people, dude, have you guys ever been the person just popping a joke and literally you're in a circle of people and they're sitting there staring at you with their evil face and you're laughing and laughing and they just keep staring all as a group and nobody will laugh with you because they're groupies? It's like that energy. And, you know, for years I was like, there's no way they don't think that shit's funny as fuck. You know what I mean? But you know what's crazy? So I was just like, they may not fucking want what you want. That could still be the same thing as them not laughing and not thinking it's funny. What if all those people literally never thought anything we said for real was funny? And all these years you've been thinking, no, you're not hearing me right. If you do it like this, you know, the beam, it'll work better. And you know, you're telling them in every kind of way possible. It's beyond that they don't fucking care. It's beyond that they needed to learn how to do it. It's beyond that you were explaining it wrong. It's that they fucking thoroughly were literally watching you waste all of your breath. They were just wondering how long you were going to live before you realized how stupid we looked. Honestly, explaining shit to these people. These people were playing us, bro. They never didn't know. They knew the whole time the fuck to do. They legit, their psychological issue is that they legit, as much as you want good, they want bad. They're the opposite. And that's the truth. Some people are literally the actual complete opposite as you. So just look at it literally like that. Anytime you're having a major difference with somebody, just step back and think to yourself, okay, is this like a chance that this person could be a case of like the opposite? And if you're in like a lot of pain and you're explaining something very like extensively, and you're dealing with somebody who's sitting there smirking at you, laughing at you, gaslighting you, treating you like dog shit when it hurts you deeply, bro, that's one of those people. It is not normal ever to act like that. Those people are not making a mistake to act like that. Do you fucking laugh when somebody's in pain? No. Would you go harm somebody physically, emotionally? No, we would not. When we do, we feel bad and we apologize. So if you're dealing with anyone who does not say sorry, somebody who's a blamer, somebody who's a gaslighter, somebody who smirks at you and literally smiles at you and nothing that you've ever said in your entire fucking relationship with this person has ever actually had an end to the conversation. That's one of those people, guys. So you need to understand that those people, the word's thrown around a lot, but they really are narcissists. And there's different kinds. So if you're actually dealing with one of them that actually smirks and argues at all, they could either be just a regular kind of narcissist, but you'll know if they're regular because those ones do have like kind of like a hyped up fucking egotistical, big old cheesy looking creepy smile and big eyes. Those ones really are the original psychopath, with their weird fucking psychopathic face and eyes. And they're always like very vibrant and they really have nothing going on, but they'll walk around your shit in your house and everybody else's and they'll fucking pretty much like claim it to be theirs. And they just have like that high vibing fucking fake fucking egotistical shit. That's your regular one. Then there's coverts. Covert narcissists are very quiet. They're the complete opposite. They lay there and pretty much you'll see those ones on their phone 24/7. They don't make face expressions. A covert will actually tell you to please leave them alone. They have a very, 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 very good face expression. They can hide it. They're like Lady Gaga with that shit, bro, because for all of the ones that I've seen that are coverts, they literally show absolute great customer service skills when it comes to their face. Like they'll literally tell you, please don't do this right now with me. I'm literally don't want to be the person that I used to be, Tara. I'm telling you, I don't want to act the way that I used to. And when you basically like do this, they would tell, like Edward would tell me straight up, I had no idea he was a covert. No fucking clue, dude. Because he was just so professional about it. I didn't even know there was different levels, but I've seen 2 now. I know 2 now, actually, that I did the class. And they're very quiet. So these ones will ignore you as much as fucking a regular one will talk to you. If you're dealing with somebody who honestly speaks never back to you, there's 2 different things that go on there. There's something called stonewalling, and then there's also covert narcissists. So a stonewaller, same thing. They just don't speak back. They do not respond to nothing. And they're just quiet, man. And they completely ignore you. They never do any type of fucking closure talking or nothing. No narcissist is going to actually close out a conversation, but the covert will never speak about it ever. You'll think, maybe we'll speak about it on the drive to work tomorrow. Maybe it'll be during dinner. Maybe after dinner. Maybe after we're done making love. Maybe in the morning when I take a shower, we can talk about it over coffee. Never, bro. They never, ever, ever will speak about it. I'll hear that. Okay, and then, dude, I had no fucking clue. But, dude, this year, I guess. It's been this year. This year's been kind of a weird year for me. Absolutely weird year. It's been pretty hurtful for me. My dad died. It actually, fuck, dude. That's crazy. I didn't even actually realize it, but it was his anniversary on literally the 10th. I knew it was my sister's. My sister's is on the 11th, so I don't know. I knew it was a year, but I actually didn't have like a breakdown that day, so that's good. And then, if you guys aren't aware of these things, just so you know, before it happens to you, whenever anything happens to you, honestly, and you're around any of these types of people, they are going to deliberately actually care nothing about you during these hard times. And I just want to tell you that now, because some of you guys might have to deal with these in the future. And I don't want you to, have any of these events come at you unexpectedly. They will not care about you when it comes to your pain or anything. In fact, they'll do things like maybe they'll increase your child support. Maybe they will talk more terribly about you. I'm talking, dude, bro. They've talked the worst, dude, one of the worst about me that I've ever even fucking. It took me back to honestly like pretty much 07 shit. And I end up fucking straight going gangster on their asses. And I fucking told them what was up. And I actually have been, I don't plan any of this kind of shit. But I'm okay with actually how it went down because they did try to do what the fuck they always do. And I don't know. I actually reacted this time. And some of you guys might do that too. I reacted the same way I learned how I should have reacted in the first place in court. I know exactly why the fuck supposedly the court doesn't choose our people to win the case. It's because we're emotionally unstable that liars are winning. We don't get looked at because people in court literally they're all the same, man. They agree with the people that are evil. They fucking literally are evil too. How do you literally agree with that? That's not a mistake, bitch. You literally must be just like that. That's fact. So it's whatever, dude. We've had to learn for some of us. We got straight up learn, man. We've had to be taken from. We've been labeled and literally we've lost. And it was just constant. We had to go through a dark night of the soul, a tower moment. And honestly, we made it through. We made it through with nothing really except for ourselves. Once again, for a lot of us, we're not with people. All the people we used to fight for, all the love that we used to fucking have, every fucking job we used to have, everything that we were fighting for, it's gone. And honestly, it says that it will be taken the whole time. And so this chapter, you're going to start to enjoy it. Exactly. You're rising up. You really are rising up. Traction. Told you, somebody's really into you. All is at your fingertips right now. Your purpose now, it doesn't say this your purpose, but I feel like this is. As it says, all that has been created by one can be created by all, but I think you already know that. You're so smart, dude. You don't fucking need fucking to know any other shit. You just fucking watch it really just fucking for something to do. The minute that honestly, like, you find that thing, I just see a boat too. Some of you guys are going to buy a boat this next summer, or you need to. If you got extra money, you need to go boating. Some of you guys need to just get out there and fucking do sexy stuff. Right now, who gives a fuck about money? Because the persons that you leave your money to anyway, bro, they're just going to fucking blow it. That's how it goes. I see it happen all the time. Like I told you, I work under CEOs all the time. They're you know what? I don't know. I don't ever say anything. I'm not doing anything for the money because I just don't. Money's great, but like I don't know, fuck. I never keep it anyway for myself. I just always take care of the people around me and everything. And I have a problem with doing that always anyway. I've always wanted to do that. Every time I go to Alaska, my sister, I leave her the cards, and I'm always like, just go pull off a few hundred, and do this and this and this shit. She'll tell me that literally, I don't need to be spending that money, and I don't need to be giving away the money, and she tries to budget me a little bit, and so it's great. So I don't see, it'll be good for all of us to learn how to budget. Some of you guys do have enough money to do great things, and we're just over here doinking around. So you are right when you feel like you're getting bored out of your brains. You are going to need to try something crazy. Some of you guys are going to you're so intelligent. You're going to need to possibly oh my gosh, are you guys drinking already or something this morning? No, you guys are so intelligent, literally, bro, that you're going to have to actually do something that literally gives you an adrenaline rise. So for some of you, I just see somebody with a parachute. I don't know if you guys like to go bungee jumping or if you like to go parachuting or any of those things, rock climbing. You need to go zip lining, something that gives you a rush. Go get on a roller coaster. Some of you guys need to think, what are some things that you've been wanting to do or that you would never fucking do? Because right now, you guys are in this state, for some of you guys, where you are literally being called to step out of your comfort zone and do shit you're not usually. You basically need to go on some trips too, I feel like, whoever you are. And I'm also picking up that maybe you're going to meet your true love on this vacation. So that could be why they're urging you to literally book a trip. So if you've been thinking about anything in particular, some of you guys have been thinking about going somewhere in particular, book that trip today if you have the money to do it. I feel like it's very time sensitive. Like you guys, if you you might book at the same time, be at the airport, you might meet there. But the trip, obviously, whenever you're there, they're going to be there. And if you don't do it on the day right now, you're just switching the date. So yeah, I do definitely feel like something big's going to happen when you guys book this trip. Some of you guys will get a big raise too. Some of you guys are already going on a work trip. You have a presentation for some of you guys coming up. I do think you're going to get a big promotion off of that for some of you guys that's picking up that. If you guys are traveling out of town or you have anything to do out of town when it comes to business meeting, I feel like things are going to go really well for you. Dress your best, wear a suit, shake hands, nice and firm. Do not do a soggy and weak handshake. Be firm, okay? Everything's going to be totally fine for you. You have so many divine and amazing cards here, and I'm just really proud of you. I know it's been a long journey for you, and you've been working super hard. So give yourself a pat on the back and just congratulate yourself. Continue to work very hard, and just know that things are just going to continue to be hard because your job is hard as a person on this earth who honestly does great things. There are a lot of people, honestly, that are in need of some help. And it's beyond fucking housing. It's beyond fucking what we typically focus on. We're going to start doing even more important things like lowering the suicide rate, the overdose rate, the trafficking rate. We're going to start actually seeing what kind of solutions we can bring about when it comes to bigger matters. And so you're going to need that energy. And there are people available to help the people that are below you in level right now, as far as life experiences go. Refer them where they need to go rather than act in as their resource representative or their counselor or whatever it is, their fucking bus driver. There's things available for people, and they need to start learning how to use those resources. So when the next person comes to you and says, hey, blah, 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 you're going to be like, hey, Google, so this person needs a ride somewhere. Is there any resources available in blah, 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 blah town? And you're going to say your town. It's going to show you what's available in your town. Plain and simple. You say, well, I don't really know, honey. If they've already asked you for favors, you need to make it clear that, hey, I'm not going to keep doing favors for people this year. I'm actually focusing on myself. So if you don't feel like, when you don't feel like you want to do something for somebody, you need to make sure you're saying no. Every time you say yes when you should be saying no is a point off of your shit. This is testing time from the universe because it's literally testing you right now, you, to see if you have boundaries to move forward. If you don't have boundaries and you're in this next fucking open portal fucking chapter, like I said, we'll put other people at risk because you'll be going back and forth between what? The open door? You can't fucking open and close that door and go back and forth between the two chapters. And that's what I think the universe is worried about with us. Our group of people is very back and forth. We don't really cut ties with people. And so that's another thing that's going to come up in this chapter is that we're going to actually be challenged to truly fucking cut people out for that reason. Because we cannot have our energy polluting the elevated fucking next chapter. God is very smart. He's bringing this to our awareness. He's saying, bro, honestly, just like everybody else said in the past, you got the potential, you got the skills, but for some reason you keep fucking returning to your old ass behaviors. And that's on you. That's on me. That's on any one of us. And so if you got any old behaviors that honestly are unpure, you will not move forward until it's gone. Love you. Good luck.